Afternoon everyone, Ian from DIY Home and Gardening, 15th of August, so time for that mid-monthly update, starting off in the garden. So if I turn the camera around we can have a look together. So basically we went on holiday for a week, came back on Monday, so 4 days ago, and had no one watering, so needless to say there's a lot of damage and dryness. One pretty much remaining blackberry, a few others, but basically everything else dried and eaten by the wasps. Quite a lot of apples remaining on the tree. We've had some that have dropped just because of the dryness again. I've been picking a few, but they're all quite small, and yeah, is what it is, but it's still very tasty. Anyway, let's go and have a look what else is looking bad. So up here we've got the grapes. Quite a lot of, well, say quite a lot. There's a decent amount of grapes forming. Not as many as previous years, but it has been rather hot and dry and neglected. Wisteria, you can see, he's gone absolutely crazy. So the fig tree, absolutely loads of embryo fruits forming. So if we give it a bit of winter protection, then they should come good. And one ripe fig for picking now. I've already had a couple. So tomatoes, nicely ripening, plants just kind of recovering. Rose quartz, again, that's recovering, still fruits on that. Mint looking absolutely battered, but yeah, just very dry. This tomato plant, mini bell, there's quite a few on that as well. Lemon, the narangilla, basically defoliated, starting to regrow from the base. I'm thinking I'm just going to cut it quite hard back and let it try and recover. Loads of strawberries, but the birds have also eaten loads of them as well. This is the sad bit. So the greenhouse, needless to say, very, very dry, and most of the fruit I've had to just chop off and chuck away. There's a few remaining, so I'm keeping them moist, and then probably this weekend I'll be getting rid of those plants because they're not going to come back with a combination of powdery mildew, spider mite and dryness, and holding out really for this to change colour a bit more so I can get some seed off it. So that's the Japanese cucumber, definitely the biggest one I've grown. It's about 65 centimetres I think, so need to sort that out. Dahlias looking absolutely crucified. So yeah, they're not looking happy. And then I had to put as many seedlings in this tray as I could do, including some dahlia cuttings, so they look too terrible, just looking scorched. Fennel's looking scorched, chard basically dead, coriander basically dead, and salad leaves totally dead. So that's where we're at home. So before heading to the allotment, just thought I'd show you a few bits that I've been picking, just slightly different. So this is Summer Sun courgette, which hadn't grown that before. They've been really nice, really good, great for stuffing. Just literally cut top off, well, roast them, cut the top off, scoop the insides out, mix it with some other veg that you've got roasted at the same time, or you can add meat or whatever. And they've been cracking. Then Summer Sun squash or patty pans, we've had absolutely loads of those, given absolutely sack loads away as well. We've had so many tomatoes. My wife spent probably about 4 hours yesterday making tomato soup, and this is the biggest tomato that I've had this year. This was from the variety or the strain from Giant Veg that Kev gave to me 2 years ago, I think. So called 9.44 LaRue. Again, a bit disappointing in terms of size, not as big as last year, but it's had, well, not the right conditions, obviously too much dryness and then some neglect whilst I was on holiday. But let's show you without. So near on 1.1 kilos, pretty good size. Right, now let's go over to the allotment because it's warming up pretty quickly. Right, okay, before I do anything, let's do some videoing because it's a hot day and I need to get some watering done and I need to get the dahlia feeding done as well. So these are the butternut squash that have, well, escaped, gone absolutely bloody crazy. The side of the bed is down there. Not quite sure why they've come out this far, but they have. Totally swamped the dahlias. I've tried to do a bit of tidying up, but haven't been that successful, so I've only been back a few days. But yeah, so you got all the butternut squash this side, and then the Turk's turban are down this side. Trying to think what the variety is. Jamander, that's been cleaned up and sorted. Before I went away, the tomato plants had snapped the canes, so I had to cut off so much of the foliage, a lot of the fruit, just to try and get them upright and tied back in again. But basically you can see they've just somewhat knackered these leeks. I mean, they'll still be fine, but they're just not upright anymore, and you can see the enormity of some of those. That variety there is pink elephant, but yeah, totally flattened all of this little lot. And I'm thinking with these, which are corallic, there's so many there, but again the plant is now collapsing down. It was tied up higher, it's sort of fallen its way down, so I'm thinking I might just chop the whole plant and harvest all that fruit. But I mean, look at the size of these leaves, flipping massive. So that's the Yukikuri, not Yukikuri's Turk's turban. Got the water lily dahlias there, yet to do anything much. It's all about tomatoes. Rapunzels were looking good, but so we've been harvesting a lot of those. Harvested loads of the beetroot, still loads to come. The carrots have been poor all season, but yeah, they might do something, I don't know. But yeah, that's some decent beetroot there, just very dry as you can see. Calendulas, this is calendula. Calendula's looking really nice, colourful. Main crop potato. The seed raised dahlias are here, so we've got seed raised Western Ella Grace and seed raised, can't think what it is, Skyfall, which that's one that's emerged, which when we get to the other, let's go from the other side, we can have a look. So Skyfall should be nice vibrant purple colour, and that is what has come out as from the seed. Pretty washed out red, not looking the best, so won't be keeping that. Celery looking good. Swede basically looked like it's got annihilated by flea beetle. Spring onions, carrots, radish, again absolutely decimated by flea beetle. Beetroot, beans, the self-blanching celery, and then kohlrabi and cabbage again been pretty decimated. Slightly wayward sunflowers. So look at the leaves there, that gives an indication that it might have some sort of virus. And this one definitely has some sort of virus, as does that one. Not sure what's happened there, but it's not good. Pam Howden looking really nice. Rhubarb gone absolutely crazy. Not quite sure why, but it has. Egyptian walking onions, the more juvenile ones, starting to collapse down, show that they've reached their maturity. We'll see what the others are doing. Fennel is going to seed. Would like to try and save some of the seeds to use in cooking side of things. Here we are. So Egyptian walking onion, this is the mature stem. Oh, and that's got its bulbils on the top, so they will drop down to the ground, root and regrow. Gives that perception of walking across the beds, hence the name. The raspberry red rhubarb there and there, one on the other side. They've again started to do their growing. Gooseberry, after being absolutely hacked back, you can see that's now springing back into life. Welsh onions, absolutely full of rust, but that's, I'm not using them for the foliage, I'm using them purely for the flower, for the bees. Celeriac, looking dry but decent, another tomato plant. Big old parsnips there. Then we've got tomatillos underplanted with some celery. Horseradish, still yet to do anything with. So this was a bit of a surprise, how much growth the vine had put on, all the way down to here. So that is the giant marrow, and let's try and show you the sizing on that. So that's looking pretty impressive, quite pleased with that, and I think that's been protected because of the perpetual spinach. Then we've got the the artichokes, which mostly done their thing. Again, just sort of kept for the flower. My last remaining carrot, or the chosen carrot I should say, in there. These are the Kelsey onions, the last of them that I'd pulled, and they've just been drying, so that's a good size. But considering at the start of the season I was contemplating just chucking away the seedlings because quite frankly they weren't very good, just shows, and next year I have to put a bit of effort in to see what I can do with them. Asparagus still to plant. Dahlias, need to get some string on those and get them watered and fed. That's today's job, is the watering and feeding, but you can start seeing a bit of colour starting to pop. This is our one, which is the Abercorn Sunrise, so starting to get a bit of colour showing in there. Got the watermelon, Sugar Baby, some good sizing on those. I had partly buried them because I was worried that the wasps were going to start going for those, because they've been absolutely going for the dahlias, but look how dry they are. Just need to get up here a bit more frequently now I'm back from holidays. Tomatoes looking good, rather wayward. Let's get this open. Literally just feel the heat come out of that. Right, let's get in. So got basil, it should be in all the corners, not that you can see it. Oh, it's so hot in here. And then all the different chili peppers are in here. Something's been scurrying around in here, messing up with the compost. You can see there's some red peppers down there. No idea what the variety is, but you can see them. Look like a normal jalapeno to me, but yeah, so we've got plenty of peppers there. Those Beja sweet peppers still doing their thing, still on there, yet to ripen. These were the carrot seeds that I sowed at the start of the month, so hopefully they will continue to grow. Oh, it's too hot in there. Let's get out. Okay, so all of this sprawling mess is all from over here, but we'll come to that in a minute. Courgettes, had some ridiculously big courgettes on there when I came back from holiday, about 20 inches, but there was 4 or 5 of them, absolutely monsters. And it's that thing, don't leave them for a day or two because they get massive. Well, you leave them for a week and, well, they're bigger than the marrow. Sweet corn, so we've been working our way through this quite quickly. Annoyingly, they haven't continued developing, basically because I've didn't put any water down, and it's been bloody hot and dry whilst we've been away. And so there's cobs there, there's some good sized cobs still, but they're going to be sort of 3/4 cobs. I know, you can see, so we got cob from there upwards and then tapering off, so we lost a couple of inches, but still about 6 inches worth of cob there, and some, well, there's absolutely loads in there still. These are the summer sun courgettes. Okay, so along here we've got the chard, looking really nice. Loads of tomatoes, so we've picked a lot. These are the little patty pan squash, still quite a few within there, but we have picked a lot. They're really nice just as meals and using the bowl. And then down here, these are the Queensland squash, all starting to form quite nicely, and that's basically what all of that is. Well, actually you can see that fruit up there. So these are all the bits from the Queensland squash, and yeah, just tangle of foliage, but some really good butternut squash there. And the one that has had the interest, which is this cross that seems to have crossed itself, which is the Turk's turban cross. More patty pans, absolutely stack loads of them. So then, well, nearly fell backwards. Here we've got the tomatillos. There's some celeriac within here, and then the start of the pumpkin plant, which is doing okay, but I think it's probably, again, got a little bit too hot and not enough moisture whilst I've been away, but we'll see what that does. Then down here, well, this plant here coming up this way, if you remember, is the other giant marrow, which is a good size, plus there's a couple formed there which obviously didn't want additional ones to form because I just wanted to get the size in, but at this stage of the season is what it is. Got some more dahlias. These are more of the Abercorn Sunrise, so there's 4 of those. Again, they need tidying up, stringing up. Then let's do this bed first. So that is all the Jerusalem artichoke, all starting to show its flower quite nicely. When I came back, a big chunk of that had fallen over. I've had to tie some of these sections, which I'll show you. So Kelsey onions, they were down there, so they all got pulled out, and got some big pumpkins on the go down there. That one is not going to do anything more because the stem has pulled itself apart. It's just, well, it's probably the pumpkin actually has grown into it where I hadn't moved the vine. Pumpkin's grown into it and just caused that split to occur, so it's not going to do a lot more on that. Blackjack dahlia, just got a few tomatoes ripening there. Cucumbers, had picked off quite a few shriveled cucumbers. Oh, just spotted another one. Oh, another two. But yeah, this had all fallen over, literally pulled itself out of here. Well, whilst we were away, there'd been a storm as well. So I think the whole lot had come this way and outwards and ripped itself apart. And then the dwarfing ones, which really have struggled this year, but it is what it is. But that is where I'm at for middle of August, and another trying few weeks of just relentless heat and no rain. Okay, so that's it. That's the mid-monthly update done. Middle of August video. Obviously had my holiday, which, yeah, in hindsight, going away in the August is not a great thing, certainly in terms of trying to keep on top of watering and tidying of an allotment that's already struggling on water, and no sign of rain for the next couple of weeks either. But yeah, at least you can sort of see how my plot's doing, gauge it against your own, and yeah, just keep on with it really. But yeah, if you got any questions, then obviously send the questions to me. Hope you've found the video interesting and of use. If you like the video, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so don't miss out on the future videos. And above all else, just enjoy yourself, have fun, and make the most of, well, the nice weather. But let's hope it don't stay this hot for too much longer. Till next time, bye for now.